Why Hollywood won't cast Tom Welling anymore. Performing the role of the original superhero on the CW network, previously known for its comic shows, isn't easy. But Tom Welling had greatly performed on his character, Clark Kent, in Smallville, as the show's success skyrocketed, pushing Tom Welling into the next stage of his acting career. However, since the show ended in 2011, we haven't seen Tom Welling in any major roles which could garner as much praise as he received in Smallville. Is it that Hollywood won't cast Welling anymore? If so, why? You'll be knowing all this and much more in today's video of why Hollywood won't cast Tom Welling anymore. Stay tuned to find out the whole truth. Don't forget to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to our channel. He is only identified for Clark Kent in Smallville. When Tom Welling landed a 6-episode arc on the CW's Judging Amy, he was a newcomer to Hollywood. He played karate teacher Rob Meltzer in 6 episodes over the span of the 6-season series. What kind of recurring role could a karate instructor have in a courtroom drama about a Connecticut judge who is trying to raise her daughter alone? Of course, as Judge Amy's love interest. Welling's character, Rob Meltzer, taught karate to Lauren, Amy's daughter, while he and Amy hit it off and began seeing each other. Welling scored the role of the hunky karate teacher when he was 24 years old, and the appearances led to his starring role as a high school student on Smallville, also on the CW. Despite his 6 episodes on Judging Amy, his overall lack of acting experience was still pretty obvious in some of the earlier episodes of Smallville. But as the series progressed, Welling became identifiable for his role as people associated him with Clark Kent, making it even harder for him to break out of that character later. Smallville was his only best performance. Many actors today began their careers with easily identifiable early parts on large, long-running TV shows, but they were able to branch out into other areas by appearing in films while the show was still airing. However, because Smallville required unique visual effects, Welling had to spend more time on the set than other performers, limiting his availability for future projects. However, the roles in which he appeared were ill-received in The Fog with Maggie Grace and Selma Blair, and Cheaper by the Dozen. Since Welling was unable to perform a high dramatic role, Smallville was his only important role as an actor. Welling took a long break. Another reason why we saw so little of Welling is that after Smallville's finale in 2011, Tom Welling took a 6-month hiatus. After spending 10 years on a TV series, Smallville from 2001 to 2011, Welling was tired. In his interview with BuzzFeed, he says, "I needed a break. I needed to figure out what was going in my head a little bit. There was some adjusting that I needed to get back into real life and to make up for lost time as well. I was like, guys, I'm out of here. The 2 months that you spend at the beach loses some of its intrinsic value when you don't have anything you're running away from or have to go back to. I felt like I was basically retired, and it sort of woke me up, but it needed to happen." He became super selective with his projects. After his hiatus, when he decided to return to acting, he became more selective about his roles. In fact, he's only appeared in 3 films since the show's 2011 finale: a Secret Service agent in Parkland, a quarterback in Draft Day, and a doctor in The Choice. Although none of the movies made an impact on critics or audience, Welling was able to explore characters and experiment with his range. Welling points, "I wanted to play a human, and I wanted to be a part of a film whose theme was bigger than whatever character I was playing. By being on Smallville for 10 years, I was able to make some really fantastic choices with that character. But now I'm drawn to real people trying to live real lives." His films didn't make good reviews. None of the films did well financially. Parkland made $1.4 million at the box office, against a $10 million budget. Draft Day only did slightly better, bringing in $29.5 million against a budget of $25 million, while The Choice earned $23 million on a $10 million budget. As all 3 were unimpressive to the critics, garnering 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, the studios were nervous to cast him in big-budget films, so Welling's career outside Smallville was almost finished. Direction interested him more than acting. But Welling was not going down without a fight. Welling told the LA Times that he had directed a few episodes of Smallville over the years of running. So direction seems to be his new ambition. He launched Tom Welling Productions towards the end of Smallville as he wanted to spend more time working behind the camera. He also began executive producing the later episodes of Smallville. He undertook the role of an executive producer on Hellcats, the CW's cheerleader dramedy, in 2011. He turned down great opportunities. Smallville was more than a full-time job for Welling. Every day, he spent hours on set in Vancouver, distant from his New York-based family. This was extremely tough for the young actor, who often felt lonely and separated from everyone. While talking to BuzzFeed, he added, "I spent 10 years where my life was 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. on set. From an emotional standpoint, I was basically cut off from everyone. I just put my head in a hole and basically blocked everybody and everything out." As a result, following Smallville, Welling decided that he didn't want to do another TV program for a long time. Movies, which take less time to shoot and provide more of a respite, were more in his wheelhouse. But transitioning from television to cinema can be difficult. After Smallville, Welling's distaste for television may have caused him to turn away potentially lucrative and popular opportunities. He failed to make a memorable comeback on TV. When Tom Welling eventually decided in 2015 that he was ready to return to television, the project didn't pan out. Section 13 was set to feature Welling as a CIA Black Operations Officer who becomes a private contractor in a covert group, dedicated to carrying out the most challenging and risky high-stakes assignments. It was arguably his most high-profile project since Smallville. This project was from Tom Welling Productions, so Welling was easily allowed to be the executive producer and actor at the same time. However, CBS was crowded that year, and the pilot was not made into a series. His own choices made it hard to cast him. Lastly, it looks like Tom is not in a hurry to return, making it difficult for Hollywood to hire him. After hard training for Superman for 10 years, Tom took a break, which was the start of his downfall in the Hollywood industry. He's being choosy and moody about projects that come his way. Moreover, the lack of good reviews on his films does not make him a star-stopping actor that Hollywood is in a hurry to cast. His recent interest in direction is another reason that Hollywood is unable to catch him performing in a show. Another reason could be that Tom Welling may not be performing on stage or in front of the cameras because he doesn't want to right now. From his social media accounts, it looks like he's having a fantastic time away from the spotlight, traveling on holidays, relaxing on beaches, attending concerts, and more. How can Tom Welling turn it around? Whatever are the reasons, Tom Welling should start taking his acting career seriously before Hollywood officially says to him, goodbye. After taking almost a decade-long break, maybe he can start taking small roles to prove that he still has great acting skills like in Smallville before the directors could trust him in bigger roles. That's a wrap of today's video. Do you like Tom Welling's role in Lucifer? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.